How about 277 flying tramples coming at you? What's up? Calamity. 6-drop, 4/6. Haste whenever Calamity Galloping Inferno attacks while saddled. Choose a non-legendary creature that's saddled it this turn and create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy, then do it again. This card with Terra. And last pack. What? We lucked out with that one. Alright, so Rakdos the Muscle here. What's up, deckheads? Welcome back to MTG with me. It's the Gainswalker. Today, got a midweek Magic event for you. This one is actually Omniscience Draft. Now, this is a iconic card. It's a pretty high CMC mono blue, kind of don't pay the mana cost for mana cards, you know, play a bunch of things for free kind of thing. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Fairly new channel, free to play player. Let's get to it. Alright, first pack. Now this is all with bots, so I don't think there is a timer. Alright, so we can kind of take a look at this. So it's got Vadmir New Blood, 2-drop, 2/2 whenever you commit a crime, so that's targeting anything of my opponents, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So that's pretty good as long as I've got decent removal. Only triggers once a turn. As long as it has 4 more +1/+1 counters, I got Menace and Lifelink. Alright, so that is pretty strong. I don't know, I do have a confirmed pick. Alright, so that's what we'll start on. We're definitely going to go that route so far. Bounding Felidar, 6-drop, 4/7. Whenever it attacks while saddled, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Gain 1 life for each of those. So that's kind of neat. Saddle cost is not too high, so you could get a decent amount of life gain from that. Alright. The Alchemist is good. Just its plot. It's also a little bit of a combat trick. Reach for the Sky, also really good. So maybe a Golgari kind of thing. And then we could use like the pumps to really help with lifelink, menace, and all that other stuff. Bridled Bighorn, also pretty good for token production. Definitely going to go with Vadmir New Blood. Reach for the Sky is a close second though. If you watch me draft, you know I love that card. Alright, next, Shoot the Sheriff, 2-drop, destroy target non-outlaw creature. There's plenty of outlaws though, so like I feel like because the outlaw class, let me see if it shows you. The outlaw classes are pretty, there's a lot of them. Assassins, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, warlocks. Those are outlaws. That's a lot of the set. So that's a very specific removal. I don't know if it's worth it. Rustler Rampage, untap all target. All creatures target player controls. Target creature gains double strike. Okay, I really like that. So maybe we do an Orzhov thing. Could do that. Rambling Possum, Trash the Town, those are good. Reckless Lackey. I do like the treasure token angle. Oh, what do we got here? Rooftop Assassin. Flash for 4. ETB, destroy target creature and opponent controls that was dealt damage. We gotta grab that. If we're doing Orzhov. That seems really strong. Alright. We could maybe make it Esper. Visage Bandit with the 4-drop 2/2 becomes a copy of target creature. Got Raven of Fell Omens, 2-drop 1/2 whenever you commit a crime. Each opponent loses a life, gain a life. There's a theme of that we kind of already have, right? Whenever you commit a crime. Alright, so that might be something to build on. Also, Outlaw Medic. Great. 1/3 for 2. Lifelink and draw a card when it dies. That's pretty strong common. I think I'm just going to pick the Raven because of the flying, in all honesty. Take for a Ride, though, would be great with this kind of a mix because you kind of have Death Touch, Menace, Lifelink. It'd be good to have some gain control of target creature and just swing through. Gonna get a lot of stalling board states, I think. Oh man, so that's close. It would allow me to have more creatures to look at, focusing on 3 colors. I generally like to make 3 colors, even if the sets don't really have cards for that. I don't know. I feel like it's a really strong uncommon. Let me take a look at Visage Bandit one more time here. ETB, copy of target creature you control. So not any creature. That's a little bit specific. I'm just gonna grab this and we're gonna see. Maybe we do 3 color. Oh look, another one. Oh, that good timing. Very good timing. Okay, we got the 1-drop 2/2. Can't block. Whenever you commit a crime, you can bring it back from the graveyard. Prosperity Tycoon. 4-drop 4/2. ETB, create a 1/1 Merc with tap, gives +1 power, only a sorcery. 2, sack a token. And it gains indestructible. Oh, kind of like that. It's a 4/2. Sack a token. So it could be token creature, could be treasure token. That's interesting. Okay. So then the question is, do I get another one of these, or do I go for the Tycoon? How many creatures do I have right now? I have 2. This would be very specific for my non-creature spells, which I like because that's consistent. And it's such a good combat trick. Well, not combat trick, but free combat. Let's see. And then we have the Griffin, the 4-drop 3/2. I think the Tycoon is probably gonna be better, just because it creates more of a board state. And I already have a take for a ride right now, so I could hopefully see some more. We're on pack 1. I don't know. ETB, create a 1/1. I'm gonna grab this guy. Take for a ride. So back and forth sometimes. Let's see, what else we got? Anything else in here that is crazy good that I might be missing? You know what? I'm gonna go with the ride here. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. Now we have way good odds for that. Take up the shield, awesome. What do we got? Lazav, Familiar Stranger, 3-drop 1/4. Commit a crime, put a +1/+1, then you may exile a card from a graveyard. It become a copy of that, okay. 5 damage. 5 damage to target creature for 2. Let me move this over. Scorching Shot. 2 red. 5 damage to target creature. Whew. I'm still gonna take up the shield. I think it's better to have lifelink. Lifelink's just one of those abilities. You keep playing. Caught in the Crossfire. This is 2 damage to each outlaw, so small scale board wipe. Mirage Mesa, great for mana fixing. Could use that. And Bridled Bighorn. This is creating more of a board state, which could be good, given that what do they have over here? Gain control of target creatures. Thought I had more token production. Could be wrong. Okay. Rodeo Pyromancers, 4-drop 3/4. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, add 2 red mana. So first spell is like, that's a lot of options there. And to get some back on that would be good if we could get some draw. So let's grab the Rodeo Pyromancers and try to get some draw going. Aside from that, the Mirage Mesa, strong, like very strong. We're We're still first pack, so I mean, it looks like we're doing 3 color. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, add double red. It really depends on what we pull. I'm gonna go with the Mesa. I always have a problem with mana fixing, so I'm gonna work on it all the way through. Look, another one. Ah, that time I should have gotten the other thing. One of those is good. 2 is great though. So for now, we got tap down target creature. Whenever it dies, create a merc. That actually might fit the theme. Search your library for a card. Put it in your graveyard. Shuffle. Return 2 creature cards. Total mana 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's kind of neat. I don't know. Mana value 4 or less. I mean, that could be good. Sorcery speed, though. I'll think about it. Honestly, I think this is one of those situations where you just keep going Mesa. Actually, wait. Highway Robbery. Discard a card. Sack a land. If you do, draw 2. It is good to have some draw. I think oh man, that's tough. Mana fixing. Mana fixing is more important. Alright, we've got Pyromancers, Wolverine, and Felidar here. Actually, everything in this pack I could use. Bighorn actually probably is the move. Pyromancers, I'm just trying to think, like, what after turn 4 am I gonna need? That's either 6 mana, 2 mana, like what it's gonna give me to play stuff, or like, I don't know. Because you still need to cast a spell, so then that would only just be +1 if I played a 1-drop. And how many 1-drops do I have? So yeah, I'm gonna go Bighorn here. 3/4 menace for 4. Sack a creature, make this bigger. And if an outlaw was sacked, make a treasure token. That seems really good. Sterling Supplier, 5-drop, 3/4. Okay, so a little more expensive. Put a +1/+1 counter on something else. Alright, I like. And this is an outlaw. So if we do an outlaw thing, that could work. Terminal Agony. Short target creature. Madness. So if I have to discard it, I can use its madness cost to. Oh! If I had kept Highway Robbery. Dang, I feel like I'm missing some pulls here. 2-drop, 0/4. Put target card from graveyard on bottom of your library. Honestly, I think it's Agony here. I think that's the pull. Because you can pull the 0/4. I know this is sorcery speed, so it's not a big deal. But if I do get some of the discard draw mechanics, that could be very useful. A 0/4 for 2, though. Not a bad blocker. Alright, let's go with the removal. Oh, nice. Our second pack, we got the Stingerback Terror. This is strong. It's a 7/7, but it gets -1/-1 for each card in your hand. So, varies between that and almost a one, basically a 1/1. So, very cool to play with, especially in control. I am not using this. Alright, so, but there's also Highway Robbery here. We just talked about that. So this is a card I need, but there's a better card here, so I gotta pick how I'm gonna move the deck around. I think the obvious choice here is the 7/7 for 4. With Trample, it's also got Plot. Very good card. And we'll hope to see either Highway Robbery, Bighorn, or Pyromancers come back around, because I figure those are the ones I could use. Alright, form a posse. Create X number of mercs. That's not bad, especially if we've got the mana fixing, which so far we do. What is this? 2-drop 1/3 death touch. Whenever this deals combat damage to a player, if you've committed a crime, you may sacrifice it. If you do, search library for a card to put in your hand. Any card. That's pretty good. So actually, I don't know. Where's my creature count at? 6. Alright, that's kind of weak for being this early. I mean, I could do the Stinger or the Posse, and I think Posse is cooler board state wise instead of just pulling one card that you need, but that is such an efficient thing to do. Alright, let's do Form of Posse. Shepherd of the Clouds, 5-drop 4/3. Flying Vigilance, enters battlefield, return target permanent with 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. I do like that. That could get 1 creature, I think. 3 CMC 3 or less so far, so yeah, I definitely need lighter creatures here. Return the Favor, 2-drop. Well, it's a modal spell, so it's 3 or 3. Copy instant or sorcery spell, activated ability, triggered ability, choose new copy, targets for the copy, or change the target of a spell or an ability with a single target. So that it's good, but it's too specific. I'd either go with the Griffin or the Shepherd. And that creates 1/1. That creates 1/1s. This one has Vigilance though. And I love me some Vigilance. Rakish Crew, 3-drop, enters battlefield, create 1/1 red merc. Wait, when it enters, okay. And it's an enchantment. So it's a 3-drop, create a 1/1, but whenever one of the outlaws die, they lose a life and I gain a life. That's a solid enchantment. Also, Hellspur Brute, trample 5/4, so more an affinity for outlaws. So the more I have, the cheaper it is. There's a lot going on in these packs. I think I'm going to do Rakish Crew, because I think I've got a lot of outlaws here. 1, 2, 3. I've only got 3, but I've got a couple things that produce more than 1 mercenary. So that could be good. I don't know. I'm going to try Rakish Crew. We'll try it. Hollow Marauder, 7-drop 4/2. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard. It's got flying. Enters the battlefield. Any number of target opponents each discard a card. For each of those opponents who can't, discard a card with mana value of 4 or greater. Draw a card. So ETB's opponent has to discard a card anyway. If they can't discard a card with a mana of 4 or greater, then I draw a card. Or if they choose not to. Nice. Nice. Real nice. Alright. Brimstone Roundup. Whenever you cast a second spell, each turn create the Mercs. Now that is board state production. I like that. But I need 2 spells a turn. I need to be playing a bunch of cheap creatures. That's probably the move there. Okay, and then we got a 1/1 Rat Warlock. When it dies, create a 1/1 Merc. So some resilience there. It's an outlaw, makes an outlaw for 1, and it's got the Merc ability. Oh no, it's just saying that for the token. Never mind. Okay. Until end of turn, target creature you control gets +1/+1, and an opponent creature gets -1/-1. For a 1-drop instant, that's pretty good. And I think I'll see one more card come back around. Hopefully it's either Marauder, Link Breaker, or Stagecoach. But I'm definitely going to go with the enchantment here. Nice. Journey to Nowhere, still coming through. I didn't see that last time. This must be the last original pack going around that I haven't seen. The 1/1 for 1. That you can bounce a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter on it, could be good. Form of Posse seems strong, especially because of the Merc theme. the outlaw theme. Journey to Nowhere is also just excellent. When Journey to Nowhere enters battlefield, exile target creature. When Journey to Nowhere leaves the battlefield, return the exile card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So it's kind of like a very cheap O-ring, but just for creature. Man, creatures are more predominant in drafting, but it's better to have a solid strategy. So you either do a whole bunch of removal like that and some really strong creatures, or you go for like what I'm trying to do, which is token production utilizing outlaw mechanic, and then hopefully getting some removal spells that are very specific, so it counts as targeting my opponent's stuff for the commit a crime abilities on some of these cards. I'm gonna do Posse again because I think that's gonna be stronger. At knife point, as long as it's your turn, outlaws you control have first strike. Okay, that's a solid enchantment. Whenever you commit a crime, create a 1/1. All right, so we have found the strategy so far, and this is pack 2. I'm gonna create a bunch of 1/1s. Anything that pumps a bunch of my creatures is valuable. Anytime I can get something good with flying, like the Terror or these 1/1s, that I could tap all these mercs and fly over the top, that could be a good win. There's a lot that can happen, so that's definitely the strategy. We're gonna keep moving forward here. Here's Mystical Tether, just another way to enchant the creatures and kind of removal. But I've got a lot of that going right now, so I'm either going to do Deadeye Duelist or Rooftop Assassin. I think Rooftop, because I just need to find a way to deal some damage, and that's chopping like a big creature with a 1/1 and then flashing this in, getting rid of it and creating more of a board state, you know? Alright, Humiliate. Target opponent reveals their hand, choose an online card from it. That player discards that card. Put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. That's not bad, actually. It's also targeting my opponent. That's definitely what I need. Whenever you commit a crime during your turn, this guy gets indestructible. That could be useful. Enters battlefield, creatures get +1/+1 vigilance till end of turn. It's not as good. Let's just go with Overzealous Muscle here. Go with the Griffin, because I can use it. Go with the Soldier. Oh, and it came back around. The Marauder. Alright, so Stagecoach is good, but this is kind of unique. Costs 1 less to cast for each creature card in your graveyard, so it could be cheaper. It's a 4/2 flyer. ETB, your opponent discards a card. Any number of target opponents, great. So that's also counting as crime because you're targeting them. Discard a card, and anybody you can't discard a CMC over 4, draw a card. I like that. That's strong. And last pack. What? We lucked out with that one. Alright, so Rakdos the Muscle here. This is Flying Trample 6/5. Now, these cards you don't get to keep. These cards are phantom cards, so I won't get to keep any of these pulls, but it's fun to kind of make a strategy with it. So we're creating a bunch of creature tokens. This is going to allow us to sacrifice any other creature. Rakdos gets indestructible, tap it, okay? Whenever you sacrifice another creature, exile cards equal to its mana value from the top of target player's library. Unfortunately, CMCs for creature tokens are 0. So if I sack a creature token as part of this, exile cards equal to 0 from the top target player's library. So I'm going to want to sack those creatures with any CMC just to keep pulling things off the top. You may play those cards and mana of any type to play those spells. So you just get to play your opponent's deck. But there's all kinds of cards that like react and interact with sacrificing a creature. So 6/5 Flying Trample. That's specific. I've got mana fixing. It's clearly the pull. Form a Posse up there. What else we got? Explosive Derailment. 4 damage target creature, destroy artifact. Also good. But I need creatures anyway. This is definitely the pull. Transmutation font, 5-drop. Create choice of blood token, clue token, or food token. Sack 3 different ones. Search for an artifact card. Put it onto the battlefield. Gotta be different. Okay. Calamity. 6-drop, 4/6. Haste whenever Calamity Galloping Inferno attacks while saddled. Choose non-legendary creature that saddled it this turn and create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy, then do it again. This card with Terror of the Peaks is nuts. I've already heard people talking about it, so like I can guarantee that'll be a strategy. I don't know how well it'll play off here, but it is clearly the pick. I don't know why you would pick anything other than that here, especially with what we're building. All right. Another Form the Posse, Pyromancers. Might as well throw that in there now, just because I need the creatures. I know these are technically creatures, but... Ooh. Another Merc. Oh, it's still a Merc. Okay. Yeah. See that curve? Ooh, I need 3 and lower. 3 and lower. As far as drops. So the Wolverine here could help. ETB, exile top card. You may play it. Meh. Alright, I'm just gonna focus on the creatures. Let's pull a Pyro. Let's see. Vigilante, 2-drop. I love it. What else we got? 3. Whenever one or more other creatures you control die, put a +1/+1 counter. That could be really good with a really heavy creature token deck. Oh. But Sandstorm Verge, I've used this before. It is so powerful. Target creature can't block this turn, especially if you got a bunch sliding across. Oh. Oh, but this gets double strike. Oh. That's... alright. Tough call. I think I gotta go with the Verge here. Because this could be easily passed on, whereas this is gonna be the better card. Alright. Did I get the Prosperity Tycoon last time? I don't think I did. Let me pull him in there. What else I got? Ride Down right here. Ooh. It's also committing a crime. Oh, that could be good. Creature count 15. So I gotta work on that a little bit. Wanted Griffin seems alright. Creating more. Well, I've got 2 of them already. Discerning Peddler. No, I don't like that. You should draw before discarding, not the other way around. So it's either Prosperity Tycoon or Ride Down. Need creatures. Ride Down's good. Let's grab the Tycoon for now. Okay, so fake your own death. Until end of turn, target creature gets +2/+0. When it dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and you create a treasure token. That's really good resilience. I would want to use that on something I know that has trample, something like that. I don't know. I don't think that's worth pulling right now. Let's go Stagecoach. Skullcrack. Players can't gain life. Damage can't be prevented. 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. Not creature, though. Mana fixing would be sweet. Whenever another outlaw enters battlefield under your control, this deals 1 damage to target opponent. I think that would do a lot of damage, given what we're building here. Hollow Marauder. Armadillo. Another oversized muscle or overzealous muscle. I think the flying. I think that card will get better. Corrupted Conviction, 1-drop, additional cost to cast a spell, sack a creature, draw 2 cards. That's good when you do like a 1/1, declare it as a blocker against something really big, and then before combat damage is dealt, after declare blocks, you're gonna play this at instant speed, sack the creature as part of the cost. So that happens, right? Like that just happens as soon as you have priority and you put this on the stack. Sack the creature, draw 2 cards. So you successfully block and draw 2. Then the turn's passed, you draw your 3rd, and you just have a bunch of like draw from that kind of a move. So that could be very good, especially because the tokens that I have. I don't know. I got 2 form posses already. This is the other card. I think we just grab it just to have it and see if we want to throw it in or not, because we don't need 3 form of posse. I mean, you could, but that's, I feel like, excessive. Wow. Okay, Outlaw's Fury. Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. If you control an outlaw, exile top card of library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. We get both the benefits from that. We have a bunch of creatures, and they are outlaws. Ferocification is a 3-drop beginning of a combat. Creature gets +2/+0 or gains Menace and Haste. Menace and Haste could be good, but we're just going for like sheer numbers at this point. So I think Outlaw's Fury is better, has like better parameters. Like the chance of it doing well, even though it's not as consistent, it's like it could win a match for you just off like a pretty normal scenario. So let's go Outlaw's Fury. Lively Dirge, 2-drop, +1, search your library for a card, put it in your graveyard, then shuffle. I think we already saw this one. I'll grab it anyway. I'm not going to use it. We got a 4-drop 3/4 where we have the creatures. We got 19. Return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Create a Merc. And a 3-drop 2/4 Defender. Sack a land, draw a card, and create. Wait, what? 2-tap, sack land. Draw a card and create a treasure token. That is unique enough for me to say sure. Seems pretty weird of a scenario that you need that, but you know, it's there. Okay. Pretty strong set to choose from here. I'll go ahead and curate it real quick, but honestly, I don't think I'll need to do too much. 21 creatures, 15 non-creatures, so let's just get those non-creatures out of there. Get a good look at the list. A lot going on here. Decent amount of enchantments too. I normally don't draft that many enchantments. Rooftop Assassin, this is going to be one of the main ones in the deck here. Firemancer, I'm probably going to pull that one out. Honestly, I don't need to use it. Especially if I was doing stuff like Calamity, swinging with Hollow Marauder. It makes another one, and then it makes another one, so my opponent has to discard and discard again just from swinging with it. Because it's whenever it attacks while saddled, choose a non-legendary. Okay, that's the Spectre Rogue. And I could just copy it and keep sending them across. That, I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. Rakdos the Muscle, Flying Trample, 6/5. So good. Whenever you commit a crime during your turn, this gets indestructible. That could be useful, but it's not crazy. And the average CMC is pretty high, so I do want to kind of like drop that down a little bit. And it looks like that's from 4 CMC and up. So our low end, those seem fine. Creates a board state, creates a board state. This is the one that creates a board state, but it's not mercenaries. So we'll get rid of Bighorn. Those are all mercenaries. Okay. Stingerback Dragon, though, is good enough to keep. Shepherd of the Clouds seems good, but return permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. I don't know where that's going to happen. Unless somehow my enchantment is already in the graveyard. Or I've got 3 creatures with 3 or less. Sterling Supplier, don't need that. Stagecoach seems good, but honestly, I could probably take them both out. Average went down to about a 4, but let's go ahead and get in the rest. I think it says I have 2 non-creatures. Where are they? This is one of the funnest parts about drafting, though. It doesn't look like it. But just kind of going through. Oh, there they are. Just kind of going through and seeing what's going on. Oh, 4-4. That's pretty tough. Okay. Let's see if we can get that average down. Alright, looking at what my deck is basically doing here. If you look over here, Assassin, we got 2. Mercenary, we got 5. So that's 7. Pretty sure there's a Warlock in there, I thought. Felt like there's more than that. Let's take a look. There's a Rogue. There's a Merc. Creates a Merc. When it dies, creates a Merc. There's two more production there. 1 from each. There's a Merc. 2 Assassins, so that's 8 or 7. 8. 9. 10. 11, 12. So I've got 12 Outlaws in the deck here. So that's definitely the theme, and some of them produce more. So what do I have that can help out with that? As long as it's your turn, as long as it's my turn, Outlaws have first strike. That's definitely good. Whenever you commit a crime, create more 1/1s. That's definitely in the deck. Now I need 5 more. Well, this creates a bunch of 1/1s, so those are good. That's 2 I could put in, but let me think. Do I really want to do that? Whenever you cast your second spell, create a 1/1. I don't know if I'm going to be casting 2 spells or not. I know I'm going to be swinging them at my opponent, so Outlaw's Fury definitely holds. Take for a ride, awesome. Just to really, I'm targeting my opponent, and then I'm hitting them with it, committing crimes. It's creating a great board state. I feel like those definitely need to be in. Couple cards on this first page that I really like are the Double Strike. Of course, I love that, but I don't think it's... untap all creatures target player controls. That could be a very messy combat trick. Take up the shield. Amazing. I like it. I'm already, clicking it. Yeah. Corrupted Conviction. That could be good, but I'm sacking something I have, and my secondary ability is targeting any of my opponent's stuff. So that's good, but it doesn't really stack with my other stuff. Rakish Crew, ETB, create a Merc. That fits. Whenever an outlaw you control dies, each opponent loses a life, you gain a life. That's so strong from what I'm doing. I feel like I have to. Alright, I need 1 more, and I think it's going to be Outlaw's Fury. I could be doing Form a Posse, but this is... I do have the mana fixing, so I shouldn't worry about that. But it's just interesting. Maybe you get it to work really late game, and you've got a weird board state, but even then you have to tap everything down, sorcery speed, and just forecast. This is the one I'm trying to hit you with. This is the one that I have to hit you with. And that to me is just very vulnerable. So I don't know. Target opponent reveals their hand, choose an outline card from it, and they discard. That's pretty sweet. I do like that. And while this card has a madness cost, I did not get a discard mechanic, so that I can't really help with that. Alright, let's do Outlaw's Fury. Just because that's going to be most beneficial. Got our average CMC down to 4, which is pretty steep compared to what I normally do. But let's check those lands one more time. And I'm doing the standard 17 creatures, 6 non-creatures. I've got a little bit of instant speed, defense, mainly outlaws. Take your creature, hit you with it. When outlaws die, I gain a life, you lose a life kind of thing. Some sack mechanic, got the Rakdos, Stinger back, Calamity. A lot of strong cards here. Again, this is just a draft. These are cards that are phantom cards. They're not going to be mine. So some of them are really awesome though. But we'll see how it does. I think it's going to do well. And that is, oh wait, Lance, real quick. Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute. This number is off. All right, so definitely need some planes. I don't know why it doesn't give me planes. Okay, it says I have 21 lands. That's way too much. So I need double red. If you notice that on the right here, Stingerback and Calamity. But I also need double black for Rakdos. The only thing I don't need double up is white. So I need to take away one more here. That's why I'm doing that. But if you look at the spread, this one doesn't count for anything, so we'll leave that one out. For any color mana, I should say. So 4 plains, 2 mesa, that's basically 6. And then the 5s are basically 7s. So 6 plains, 7 swamp, 7 mountain production. That's pretty good. I think that's okay. Rakdos is definitely what we want to hit early game. Like real quick, and then splash in a little bit of plains to take CMC 4 and forward, basically. But that's going to do it for the build. Amazing. All of your spells can be cast for no mana. So forget the lands, just throw in anything that's strong. And I should have just been picking strong stuff. Just the strongest things from each draft instead of sticking to the colors. But you know, here we are, and now you know. So this event is much different than I initially thought. So no lands, just pick the best cards that you see each pack. Just like, doesn't matter. Play everything for 0, so it's just about who picked the best cards. But let's see how this goes. Alright. Keep 3. Do I go first? Very interesting way to play. Target opponent discards half their cards rounded up. You asshole. Dang. Alright, well, I guess I have to discard these 2. Because Stingerback Terror is going to be a 7/7. So. You monster. Oh, sweet. Play with alternate cost? Yeah, for 0. How about for 0 I copy? That's so fun. How about 2/7/7 flying tramples coming at you? What's up? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And the first card is Rakus Theater. This is an interesting one. This is an interesting one. I like the Outlaw's Fury with these 2 cards in particular because they create a really big board state and swing across. So we'll see and just see what... Okay, we get to go first. Awesome. So I'll have this, and then I'll play this and they all run across. Okay, let's see how much damage we got with our strategy. What is this? Can I play this now? Excellent. Alright, well, hey. That was a little weird. I didn't really get what I wanted. I thought it also gave haste, but it got me a card, and that's a great... Just, here you go. First turn. I have 10 points of damage ready to go. Ready to go. Pass turn. Let's see what your turn one is. A 5/5. A 1/1. A 1/1 death touch. And it looks like they're gonna hold on to that last card. Okay. Oh. Reveal their hand, choose an online card from it. They discard it, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature I control. Probably do the lifelink. Yeah, for sure. What do you have? Oh, you had the same card. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, lifelink. Next, you will swing, and that'll be it there. Just over the top, a little bit of life gain. Get right in there. Come on. I'm not worried about the death touch. It's 1 damage. They've got 1/5/5. I'll just chop with the 1/1. It's really not a big deal. Plus, if they swing out, then I'm gonna... Even if they swung out, I would just swing out on my side and do way more damage. So I don't know why they would. Cool, no block. Biting my ankles. Oh, nice. Target creature gains double strike. Probably just gonna do that on the lifelink. Let's do this first. Double strike on the lifelink. I like how it just pulls out the mana you need from the set. It's like, here you go. Yep. That's a good amount of damage. Put you at 3. Oh, reach for the sky. That's gonna be painful. Block the 4/3 to get it out of the way. Block the 3/2 and give me another 1/1. You could, and you draw another card. That's like the beauty of Reach for the Sky, is it rewards you for doing what you have to do sometimes when you play it. Really? Took it, blocked it, gave me another 1/1. You're not swinging with 8/7, you're just gonna let that be defense, I get it. Oh, tether. No, you're gonna tether the assassin. That could be a problem. Taps for mana if you have mana abilities. Dang. Now you might swing with that 8/7. To which I will say, that's fine. No blacks. I need to get a very small amount of damage across here. Destroy target creature as sorcery. Well, get him out of here. I will swing the 2/1/1s because that makes sense until the death touch is gone. Don't want to swing everything because then that 1/1 to the 4/2 could be a real big problem. Of course, we're just top decking at this point, so it's really just whatever's off the top. Obviously. I unfortunately have 4 lands in there because I did not draft that way. I drafted with mana fixing like an idiot. I think the synergy helps though, because there was the first round was pretty quick as far as like turn 1, here's 4 creatures and 10 damage coming at you. They are thinking about it right now. I don't know why. Just take the 2, grow your board state for 1 more turn. That 1/1's keeping the 4/2 at bay, and that'll finish you up real quick. So what you need to do here is just take the 2. Got no cards in hand. You know the math. You have a card in hand, and you got a long way to go. I'm at 22 right now. Looks like they kind of did the same thing too, because I don't know why if everything costs 0 that you would draft a 1/1 and a bandit for mana ramp, because you don't need mana ramp, you know? I think I'm not the only one who did that. The no mana thing is weird. I kind of like seeing it to kind of understand what cards can be played, not like, it's all good, anything you want. Medic, nice. Good draw. I do like never having to wonder about being mana flooded. Or not pulling it. Probably why they do the 3 cards. Imagine doing this with the 7 cards in hand when you start. Just like... Just remember when you draft this, it doesn't matter. Do 5 colors, just what's the strongest power and toughness? What are the best abilities I can find? Swinging. Oh. I'll bite. Do you have the combat trick for it? 1 damage. Destroyed creature dealt damage. No, they don't. Send them across. It's a smart play. I don't want to mess with that 1/1, so if you block 1, take 1, that's cool. You don't get your card, you gain the 1 back, but here we are. Actually, that was not good. That was a net 0. And I lost a merc. No. Three, 2, surveil 2 for 0. What? I kind of want to block it, but I don't. It's just 1. So no block. They just want to draw a card. They should have kept that back to block. Plus they're at 5. Like, don't do that. You want to draw a card, I get it, but use it as a blocker for sure. I've also got Menace here, so like now you're gonna get hit for something. Oh, beautiful. What I'll do is I'll put the +1 on the 4-2, swing with the 5-2 and the 3-4. So you, if you block the 5, you take the 3, you go down to 2, and you got flying, you got a problem. But you'd have to block it with the 1-1. He's the menace. Let's see what that card is. The second card is Ill-Timed Explosion. 4-drop, draw 2 cards. You may discard 2. If you do, deals X damage to each creature where X is the greatest mana value among cards discarded this way. Seen some really cool decks with this. Tamir decks kind of use it. It's pretty neat. Okay, this is interesting. But I don't have another creature. So I could keep this and just wait. Also, Double Strike seems pretty nuts. I'm gonna keep it and we'll see. If I can find a creature and just use that with the Inferno, just send it. No way, you also have it? That's cool. No other creature though. Did they mull? How is it they have no graveyard and 2 cards? Alright, land. I mean, I guess send it now just to get the damage matching. Whatever. Double strike while I can. This is gonna be very unique. I mean, I could, if I just get one more creature out. I can also use this to sack a token that's been made that's gonna get sacked at the end of turn anyway, and really get the value. They got 1 card. What are you doing? Still waiting to declare attacks. Could be a very strong one. Saddle it up. It's a saddle 1. Yeah. And now you're gonna swing with 2 ravens, so that's 6 damage. Okay. Swing. Very strong move there. You do that with Terror of the Peaks, and then the ETBs from the Terror of the Peak damage stack, and it's just nuts. Okay, got something. Got something I can definitely use. At the beginning of the next end step, yeah, good game. Beginning of the next end step, I have to get rid of it, but I could sack it before then. So, nice. Alright, let's take a look at that mystery cosmetic. What do we get? We got the blue Praetor sleeve. Looks like it's holding a samurai head. Kind of neat. And that is gonna do it. I do appreciate you joining me. As always, watch these games, get those gains, and walk those planes. Until next time, deckheads, keep it easy.